They got this like multi-million-dollar company together.
What's it called?
It's called Urban Necessities.
Urban Necessities, and they're mainly clothing.
It's like sneakers, sneaker
only
resale.
Sneakers.
They have clothes and stuff too.
Where's it based out of?
Based out of Las Vegas.
There you go. So Las Vegas. Give me a name again. Urban Necessities.
They're about to have a place in Caesar's Palace.
Oh shit!
Caesar's Palace. So he's doing huge stuff.
Yeah.
He's also because I met him at a tattoo convention. He's covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
And I've tattooed him a few times. I tattooed his face.
Yeah.
His neck. And
you tattooed his face and his neck.
His face, his neck.
Now, before I forget, let's talk about that. Tattooing faces. What is your policy on that?
I think people got to know what they're getting themselves into. You know, definitely if you want to get a face tattoo, get a face tattoo.
Yeah,
I think JC's story was pretty dope in that he had a bunch of tattoos already, so it wasn't going to be like a huge thing for him. You know, he's not going to have to change his life too much. But he also used it as fuel for making shit happen. Because I remember when he told me about like getting that tattoo on his face, it's like this little New Jersey Devils logo. He's from Jersey, originally Puerto Rican dude from Jersey, and he was like, "Yo, I'm working." I think at the time he was working for like AT&T, and he was selling sneakers out of the trunk of his car, like on the side.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go all the way into this, and with this tattoo, I have to make it." You know, he said, "I can't never go work for anybody else again."
Yeah.
After I got this face tattoo. So he was like, I'm going to fucking take that and just run with it. And I think it was maybe a year later he had opened the store. And then 2 years later he's having the first year anniversary. And like the store was already taking like an ill hold. Like he had lines around the block for his store. He was making these crazy videos of him getting pushed around in a shopping cart through the place. Like he was like an entertainer.
He was hustling to make sure that his business was fucking.
Yeah,
wrong.
he was just going all out.
Yeah,
whatever he needed to do for it.
What year was this when he was doing it?
He opened this. I think the shop just had their like 6-year anniversary.
Okay,
right, babe.
So 2014 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is 2014. Yeah,
okay.
I got like hoodies. I got a bunch of merch.
Yeah.
I think it is 2014. Yeah, I mean we stayed with him when we were out in Vegas. I tattooed him out there. Him and his wife. They let us stay with them, and I mean we're sleeping next to like
valeting the camper.
We're valeting the camper.
Apartment.
You're valeting the camper, and they live in a penthouse apartment.
Yeah.
So you're rolling up to this resort hotel in a Rialto.
Never washed that.
Rialto, dirty,
filthy, like
from the dirt from fucking Virginia that's still on it.
Yeah, the dirt from Virginia.
So, wow, yeah, I remember because. When you guys came to eat at the restaurant at Meadowood on your road trip, you guys valeted the fucking showed up to a 3-star restaurant and you valet a fucking camper.
There
was a Tesla honking at me. He was honking at me like I was in the way.
Like you were in the way?
No.
You're like, no, bitch, I'm going to dinner.
I'll see you inside.
Sit down, all right?
I'll see you inside and then we get like the 10-star treatment.
What was it? Because we got the tour of the kitchen.
Yeah, they treat us like Shermans.
Yeah. Sherman's what we used to call it. Call it Jordans now. The VIPs, yeah. That's just so the people in the kitchen didn't know you were talking about another guest as a VIP. You know, because if they were sitting there and you were kept throwing around the word VIP, they'd be like, well, aren't we the fucking VIPs? We're in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So it was just a word you used so they, you know, we all knew what it was, and then they kind of didn't let them know that, like, oh, that means VIP. That means, like, they're going to take special care.
Yeah, we did get special care. That shit was amazing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Experience. That food was amazing. I can't believe that place burnt down. That's still just sad.
Yeah, it's definitely sad. There's a lot of memories in that place. You know, hard work, and you guys had a meal there, so you guys know what's up. And I'm sure you guys still have your menu and shit that they gave you and all that.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was a beautiful experience.
You guys were in LA, and then you guys came up to see me, right? From LA?
Yeah, we caught you a few times. I think we did go after LA the first time we went up there.
Yeah.
We started in Southern California. I worked with Jose down there. I worked with Nico Hurtado, who's another world-renowned artist.
Both of those guys.
Yeah, both of those guys. And then we made it up there. We hung out for a while. and then continued after that up to like Humboldt County.
Yeah. You guys kind of saw it all
and worked up there.
And when did you sort of? So you guys know you're opening up a shop. You guys have that plan at some point, right?
Yeah, at some point.
You guys are in the camper, and you know you've done it for a year and a half, say, right? So you're coming up on the end of it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have to? Is that a hard realization? Like, oh shit, this is over?
Yes.
Or did you guys kind of say, let's put this on the shelf and maybe we can do it later?
I think we were like, I think to some degree we were like, we're never going to stop traveling like this.
Yeah.
But then...
it's exhausting. I'm sure at this time you missed your family, you know. I'm sure,
To some extent, you know, we got pretty used to it. And by the end of it, we were pretty used to it. There was definitely a lot of things that we were looking forward to and missing, you know.
Like
we were
consistent. His clients really missed him a lot.
Yeah, my clients missed me a lot. I was gone for 2 years, and I had people who didn't get tattooed for 2 years. Like, they waited for me to come back.
Yeah.
Before they got anything else. So the loyalty that I had with them was amazing, and that was something I had been fostering, I guess, before, you know, or kind of creating from before. So that was great to be here. And then we had the goal, you know, like I said, to open up a few shops in different places. And we were like, if we're going to do it, the first place we have to do it is going to have to be here.
Yeah.
You know, this is...
Though it wasn't like the initial plan.
It was,
like,
no.
We thought we were going to come back and be at the shop that he was at for some time before we'd save up our money and do it big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep traveling, and that would be like a home base. Yeah.
But things sort of changed to, you know, like the energy at the place that we were was a little different, and I think Manny had come back, right, like with this like fresh perspective, like trying to push everybody, make everybody grow. But I think we went to a place that already had their vibe, and they were kind of stagnant in some way. They were just they found their place and they wanted to stay there.
They want to stay there.
Comfortable. So, you know, when you come and try to make people uncomfortable, they don't want that. So I think eventually we were sort of pushed out of there, or pushed to do what we were supposed to be doing.
Gotcha.
Which was make our own vibe instead of coming in to try to change somebody else's way of doing things.
Yeah.
We were trying to show everybody all this cool stuff we've learned, you know.
Then they were like, "Yeah, we don't get."
And they weren't really interested. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, "Well, we have a system," you know.
Yeah.
So eventually, you know, we were sort of kind of nudged in a different direction.
Yeah, it really felt like the universe was like, you have all this knowledge. So many people have given you so much. You know, 'cause that's the truth. Like, even staying with you, you gave us so much. You gave us a place to stay. You introduced us to so much, like, amazing people. We had these cool experiences eating at cool places. We went to that vineyard and started shooting guns.
Smith Madrone.
Yeah.
That's right. Shout out to the boys.
It was cool as fuck. And, you know, the artists were teaching me literal things and, like, techniques.
Yeah.
Also ways to take pictures and build the social media stuff. So I came back here and I was ready to give it to everybody because it was just given to me, you know? And it was kind of one of those things where the universe was like, these aren't who you're supposed to give it to.
Yeah.
They don't want it. They don't want it. So then I just was like, okay, let's go do our own thing. And still continue to travel. We'll do something small. That's why we have this like little small studio.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's almost like a private studio.
Yeah.
Now I have another artist, but
how long did it take you to find this space? And did you know that you wanted to be in Greenwich, or were you like, I want to be in Stanford?
I'm from Stanford, so I did want to go to Stanford. Stanford's like an actual like city.
Yeah, it's a little hub. Yeah.
Yeah, Greenwich is more a little town. It's definitely more affluent. And we're a little closer to New York. And at the time, I was having a lot of people fly in. Now, because of COVID, you know, I'm not having as many clients fly in. Mostly people driving. And
last night's people were from New Jersey.
Last night's people from New Jersey. I have people from Maryland, from Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire. So kind of the area-ish, you know, Philly. They'll take the trip. But we try to advise from the people flying, you know, like from Florida and... you've been here already for like 2-3 weeks. So you're good. And now you're getting tattooed. But for clients like, I'm going to fly in one day to get tattooed that next day. It's
you
like,
can't.
You're going to have no quarantine time.
You need to quarantine.
Yeah, and it's like we don't want to put anybody else at risk. Our
for sure.
Client for tomorrow. So we've changed those things, but the game plan was we had this small like little private studio.
Yeah.
And then we'll be able to continue traveling. And that's kind of what we were doing. The shop opened in 2019, September 2019. And then we had a trip maybe, I think like November we went somewhere. And then by January we were again in LA and Pasadena doing the Golden State Tattoo Convention.
You got tattooed then.
That's right.
You got tattooed there. Mm-hmm. February we were in Alabama, back in Huntsville, Alabama. Space City show that our friends put together. And then by March, that was when COVID kind of took over things, and all our traveling plans that we had
shut down.
We literally had to stop. We had to regroup and
reevaluate the business model.
Reevaluate the business model.
And
come up with something different.
Is there at any point where you were like, "We're gonna fucking lose the business"?
I think there was that fear, but I don't think it ever. I mean, we were so blessed to like our landlords here are the fucking bomb, and we were blessed.
What did they do for you? They just
like basically they were like, we can push the rent to the end of the lease, essentially. You know what I mean? But then when we came back, he was just like, "Hey man, don't even worry about that." Like we didn't have to pay rent for like 3 months here.
See.
So it was, or like 2 months.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 months, and that was like...
It looked out,
That was like nicer than so many other people.
Of course, that's nicer and more fortunate, That's like...
And we were also in a place where we were trying to keep the overhead low. So where we were staying was just kind of like my mother's finished basement. Like we had our own apartment, but because we were doing so much traveling, this was still part-time. And then the road was still a majority of our life.
Yeah.
So because when we got shut down, the overhead was so low, we felt pretty confident that we were going to be able to kind of weather the storm.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
We weren't really overextended.
Mm-hmm. And then we paid the house rent, for those months.
Yeah.
We were shut down.
And then once we opened back up, and now we could no longer travel, I kind of really focused on like the social media and trying to like attract more of the people here. Yeah. And I was doing that all through quarantine. So by the time I opened up, I started booking about a month every week. Every week another month was gone, just of new clients and people trying to get in the books. Yeah. So it was a blessing to be busy, and I didn't have the expense of having to travel anymore. So now it almost created a little bit of stability, just being put, like way more stability than we had while traveling and doing everything. So until, this whole COVID thing kind of disappears and stops like controlling the way everybody is kind of doing stuff, once it kind of relaxes some, this is kind of the new business model that we have. Okay. And my wife Natalie has now been doing like microblading. She's doing the tattoos.
That's right.
I've been learning for a while.
Getting tattooed right now by I didn't think this was going to be a thing. 3 years ago when however long ago when they met you.
Mm-hmm. I think the crazy thing. I always wanted to have an artistic outlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like. I used to sing, I used to do dance, I used to do so many things. I used to draw when I was a kid. I think my problem has always been the discipline. Yeah. Right? And also, like, I was bullied when I was little, so I have this, like, huge fear of, like, looking stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
That fear of, like, looking dumb or embarrassing yourself, that fear just really... It can be crippling.
Yeah, it really can. Yeah, it'll get in your way. It'll make you not do things.
Yeah, and it's like it'll make you not try. So I think like for the longest time, if I wasn't immediately good at something, I would drop it, and I wouldn't like give myself the discipline to keep trying it until I got good. Because of that, I felt like that was where I was lacking. And Manny's a really disciplined person. So having somebody so disciplined by you, I wanted to learn to tattoo, but I was kind of one foot in, one foot out for a long time. And for him, it's like you're either all in or you're not. So, you know, I had to give all myself to it. You know?
For sure.
And I mean, I love it. Like, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, for sure. And you got your own little spot now upstairs, you know. So you're doing you got your own office now, your own space.
And it's so wonderful. I've got